Taylor Swift, Lady Gaga, Chris Evans. And welcome to Entertainment-30. I'm your host, Kenny Johnson. Well, welcome back to Entertainment-30, the show where we break down all the hottest entertainment news in just 30 minutes. I'm your host, Kenny Johnson, and joining me today on our panel is...
I'm Ashley Pearson.
I'm Kendra Lee.
And I'm Jancilyn Huff.
Great, thanks guys for being here today. Well, now it's time to break down our top 2 stories that happened this week in our segment, Top 2. Marvel fans were sad to find out on Monday the creator of Marvel Comics, Stan Lee, had passed away. Stan Lee was integral for the creation for many of the world's most popular superheroes, including heroes such as Spider-Man and Iron Man. Stan's characters have been making millions at the box office, movies that he has personally cameoed in. Stan Lee passed away at age 95 years old. Well, Ashley, this is a very sad news for all Marvel fans as well, and for people everywhere too, because these superhero movies that Marvel has been putting out have been making tons of money, and everyone seems to know who they are now.
Yeah, I love Marvel movies. Honestly, I used to not be a huge superhero type person in movies, but over the past couple years, since my freshman year of college, I've really started to love them, and I watch also Marvel Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., which is a TV show. So he does more than just films and comics and all that stuff, and I just think it's a great thing for everyone, no matter your race, religion, anything like that.
I really hope that, they'll continue to honor Stan Lee in the Marvel movies going forward. Obviously, we've all, as audience members, loved seeing him as, those tiny little roles on screen.
Yes.
So I hope that they'll still find ways to include him in the future.
I love Stan Lee because obviously Black Panther was the best movie on the planet. And just being able to spot him out in every movie, it's going to be devastating for me to not be able to pick out which one's Stan Lee and his cameo for next time, because obviously,
I know, right? And plus, too, Stan Lee has he's got at least 2 cameos left, because I think they finished filming Captain Marvel, so he's probably going to be in that one. And then he's also probably going to be in Avengers 4, because I think they finished that one too as well. Yeah. Do you guys think they're going to do something to those cameos to alter them to make it seem like they're closing a storybook on Stan Lee, or what do you guys think?
I mean, I think as long as they continue to make Marvel movies, I don't think they're going to technically close the book, just because he still created those other ones as well.
Well, the characters would still carry on, but his cameos in them?
Yeah, that's true. Maybe something will happen to him, or they'll do like a little thank you at the end.
I would guess that they'll probably do some kind of tribute at the end of whatever the next upcoming Marvel film.
Well, Avengers 4 for sure, because a lot of people are closing the book on that. All right, well, last Tuesday, the title of the year was announced. Idris Elba, the famous actor, was named 2018 Sexiest Man Alive by People magazine. The annual competition held by People has been won by celebrities such as Chris Hemsworth, Adam Levine, Ryan Reynolds, and last year's winner was Blake Shelton. Elba's response to the title was, quote, "It was just a nice feeling. It was just a nice surprise, an ego boost for sure." Kendra, what do you think of this winning? Do you think Idris Elba was a good pick?
Obviously, I mean, Idris Elba has always been the sexiest man alive. I don't know why they've waited this long to give him the title.
Yeah.
It has always confused me a little bit that it's the sexiest man alive. Like, what happens to them after the year is over? Do we want to know, people?
Yeah.
Well, obviously, I'm sweating right now because it's hot in here, because Idris Elba is the sexiest man in my book. I voted, so I was excited to see that, and I will be buying a cover of that.
Yeah, he'll be, you're right. Sexiest Man Alive, what happens the next year when the next person comes on? It's like, what happens to them? Where
they have to fight to the death.
Yeah. But he is up there with some really good looking guys. So,
yeah, for
I
sure.
mean, he definitely deserves it for sure. And
I know. I'm glad they nailed it on the head with this pick. Last year's was Blake Shelton. a little,
Yeah,
I
we
don't
all
know.
kind of question that one a little
I
bit.
have no idea how we got to that.
I mean, he's good looking, but
Yeah.
Poor Blake.
A little
Or
over
just like,
age.
oh,
Yeah. Well, coming up on Entertainment-30, we're taking a look at a new horror movie that was released over the weekend. Don't go anywhere. Well, flying into theaters over the weekend was the new war film Overlord. Overlord is a World War II film that follows a team of paratroopers who land behind enemy lines in order to take down an enemy transmitter. Once they find their target, the troops find out that there's more going on in the village than expected and are forced to face off against mutated and even undead enemies. Check out Overlord in theaters now. Have you guys seen this movie or at least seen the trailer? What do you think, Ashley?
I saw the trailer and
Okay.
it looks really good. I'm a huge fan of war films,
Yes.
actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I know that. I feel like that's kind of not really my style or
Yeah.
would be my style, but I definitely really like them. They kind of mix in like horror and like other things into it as well. Kind of, I'm getting like an I Am Legend vibe from it as well, like mixed with the war. So I'm excited to see it.
Well, for me, I mean, I've seen the trailer too. I don't think for me personally it's going to be a movie that I particularly want to see. I just get tired of the whole Nazi zombie trope. Like, I don't think you need to make Nazi zombies in order for them to be horrible.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, it's a...
Jan, yeah, what do you
Some several more.
After seeing, after seeing the trailer, I noticed that there's a black man that is going to be in there surviving after, usually
He
you see in
is the
horror
lead.
movies.
I've seen
Yeah.
the movie and he's the lead for sure, and he was really good in there too.
Right. I'm glad to see that he won't be dying in the
No.
beginning scene.
Nope. And so they did a great job with the Nazi zombie trope. They didn't really go into full-on zombies, but the experiments that the Nazis do in this movie, the hair and makeup team are on point. So you guys should definitely check it out.
Yeah, there was one scene at the end of the trailer where he's like smiling
Yes.
and like all that makeup. I can't even imagine how long that took.
I know, right? Well, moving on to something happier, Disney and Pixar released a teaser trailer for the upcoming Toy Story 4. In the teaser, we get to see all of our favorite toys and a first look at the new toy, Forky. Toy Story 4 takes place after Andy leaves his toys with a younger owner, Bonnie. And the film, directed by Josh Cooley, will be released in June 21st in 2019. Kendra, did you want to see a Toy Story 4, or what are your thoughts on that?
I'm very excited for Toy Story 4. I'm going into it with, some trepidation because we all were emotionally and psychologically scarred by Toy Story 3.
Yes.
As long as that pink bear doesn't show up again,
Oh my gosh.
I'll be happy.
I'm excited to see this new upcoming film with my niece. She loves Toy Story and anything to make her happy. I just can't wait to go see it.
I think it looks so cute. I mean, like they definitely played off of everything else that they built, obviously, through the franchise that they have built. And I'm just excited to see that they added a new character, so it's not all the same ones for all 4 of the movies.
Yeah, and I know Key and Peele are also in it in a second teaser trailer that was released. They're both in it, and they're really funny too. But it's amazing to see how far we've come from the original Toy Story. And I did not want to see Toy Story 4. I don't want this one. I mean, we closed the book so well on number 3,
Yeah, there's so many movies out there that I feel like just want to continue going
Yes.
and just don't really know when to close the book.
We'll see what happens on June 21st. Well, another trailer was released that has video game fans and people who cherish the 90s ecstatic. Detective Pikachu is the world's first live-action Pokemon movie and brings the world of Pokemon to life, starring the one and only Ryan Reynolds as Pikachu. Justice Smith plays a reluctant trainer who teams up with Pikachu to solve the mystery of his missing dad. The movie will be released May 10th, 2019. Kendra, my 12-year-old self is screaming. I'm so excited for this movie.
Absolutely. I mean, anytime that we get to have more fun with Pokemon, it's going to be a good time.
Yes, for sure. And Jan, what did you think of this trailer? Do you think the Pokemon are cute or kind of creepy?
All the above. First of all, I love Pikachu. I had a Pikachu costume when I was little, so let's just say I'm ready to catch them all.
Yes.
I definitely, when I was younger, wasn't really into the whole Pokemon thing, which I mean, like I knew about them, kind of like knew of them, but I wasn't like had all the different characters and stuff like this, but the trailer looks so cute.
Yeah.
They're so tiny, and like the fact that they all understand each other, and Ryan Reynolds is in it, so
I will say,
will be watching.
it definitely threw me for a loop when Pikachu opened his mouth and Ryan Reynolds' voice came out. That freaked me out,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
Well, and then originally they wanted, a bunch of fans wanted Danny DeVito to play as Pikachu. What would you guys think of that?
That would have been terrifying, but amazing.
I feel like I would have loved it. I feel like I'm just gonna love it either way.
Yeah.
Danny DeVito, Ryan Reynolds, they're both high on my list.
And there's so many different Pokemon to see. It's going to be crazy to see how they bring them to real life. Well, a new team drama movie released its trailer, 5 Feet Apart. 5 Feet Apart stars rising teen drama actor Cole Sprouse, who is popular in the CW series Riverdale. The story of 5 Feet Apart is about 2 cystic fibrosis patients in a hospital with strict rules. Cole and Haley Lou Richardson play the 2 patients, and they have to keep, you guessed it, 5 feet apart from one another. The trailer gives us a great view of their love and drama. 5 Feet Apart airs March 29th. You guys, I'm not a big fan of this movie. Jan, do you like teen dramas or what?
I actually do love teen dramas. However, I don't know if I'm gonna, pay money to see this movie. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not a chick flick girl. I love Marvel movies, so
Yeah.
we'll see. I mean, you guys tell me your reviews and inspire me to do it.
Well, you guys, Cole Sprouse has been very hot off Riverdale. Do you think he'll be as good as he is in Riverdale or better?
I don't know. He definitely, even from season 1 of Riverdale, he's gotten better,
Yeah.
I think, acting-wise. So I think that he'll be pretty good in this movie. I love like teen drama and romance, so I definitely feel like I'm gonna love this movie. But I can feel like I'm gonna cry already just watching the trailer. I know I'm gonna bawl my eyes out.
Yeah.
So hopefully, I hope he's good and doesn't ruin that for me, because I feel like that's a pretty emotional movie,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Kendra, do you think this movie is going to go for any Oscars in the next Oscar season?
I don't think so, and that's not necessarily to say that the movie isn't going to be a great movie. I just think that the Oscars have a very selective process that tends to kind of filter out a little bit more genre bending.
They always aim higher.
Yeah.
I feel like, it's not in maybe the Oscar level, but I feel like it's still gonna be. I'm sure it's gonna create
Probably a cult classic.
Yeah.
Cult classic? Cult classic. Well, everybody, it may be time to jump back into the swamp. The iconic ogre Shrek could possibly see a reboot in the future. Universal Pictures has put Chris Meloderi, the CEO of Illumination, in charge to find a fresh new take on the story. The original Shrek, starring Michael Myers, Cameron Diaz, and Eddie Murphy, was released back in 2001. You guys, is it time to start again with a new Shrek? Ashley, big Shrek girl or no?
I loved Shrek when I was little. This is kind of like was it Finding Nemo that they created? Or no, Finding Dory. I don't know, but there was like one that was like 10 years later.
Yes, Finding Dory.
Yeah, okay. I feel like it's gonna be like that, but like it's 17 years ago. Do we really have something from the first one to really go off of?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I think it'll be a little bit like Incredibles 2, where the theater
That's what I
audience
was thinking about
was
now.
just filled with crying millennials. Like, no children in sight. That's probably what's going to happen with the Shrek reboot. I don't honestly feel like we need a reboot. It wasn't that long ago, but we'll see what happens.
I think I'm excited about it, I love child's movies, so again, another movie I got to put on the list for my niece. So
Well, and also, this movie might be a struggle to make. I don't know if they can actually get to a point where they can bring back the original actors, because they had Cameron Diaz. She retired from acting, and no one's seen Mike Myers or Eddie Murphy in a long time. So we'll see if they can get the original voices back. I don't know if millennials are ready for new actors to play Shrek and Donkey.
No, not
Would
at all.
it be even a Shrek reboot if they didn't have the same people?
Oh,
I feel like it wouldn't be the same.
It'd be a remake, and then I would be like, nope, nope, nope. Well, up next, find out which artist is breaking Spotify records. Don't go anywhere. Moving on from the movie news into the music industry, one name has been dominating the headlines, and her name is Ariana. Ariana Grande is taking over the music world with her new song, Thank You, Next. The new song is about Ariana reflecting on her exes. The song comes out just shortly after her and Pete Davidson's engagement was called off. But to end it on a high note, Thank You Next is the biggest debut song from any female artist on the streaming service Spotify. Have you listened to this song, Kendra? Thank You Next.
I have listened to the song. I think it's a great song. I'm not the biggest Ariana Grande fan, but I think it's undeniable that she always manages to produce chart-topping hits.
Yes.
Ariana Grande did it a lot better than I would have, because I would have been serving all the tea on my exes. Like, this one stinks, this one did this to me. Yeah, absolutely not. I would have been going ham.
Honestly, Ari is a queen. I love her. She just randomly dropped that song just on like a random Saturday before SNL. And then she's just like, all right, here you go. Thank you next. And everyone's just like, oh my God, thank you next. It's all over everyone's Twitter, everyone's captions on Instagram. She's like breaking the internet.
Yeah, I don't know how she came up with a song that fast and made it so good. Like, that's impossible in my head. And now she's talking about possibly doing an album coming up too. What is this girl doing?
Like, where's she been that we don't know? Like, I can't believe she just
or
did
like,
this all like behind the scenes. We had no idea.
Or like, whose like talent did she steal to like do all this stuff?
Right.
It's crazy.
Well, she gave me the best line to say to all my exes, thank you next.
Yeah, right?
Capture my Instagram with that.
Yeah. Well, thank you. Next. Moving on to more Ariana Grande news. Continuing with Ariana, the pop star released a new music video. The song Breathing caught its music video treatment last Wednesday, November 7th. The song from Ariana Grande's album Sweetener, which includes other songs such as No Tears Left to Cry and God is a Woman, and also Sweetener. In the video, we got a full treatment of Ari's classic high pony, which everyone can agree is iconic. What do you think, Kendra?
There was a lot of high pony in that
There was
video.
a lot
There was
of high
also a
pony.
low pony. Which,
I know, right?
Yeah, that was shocking.
I feel like any hairstyle that Ariana Grande has that isn't a high pony is
For
like,
a second there, I thought she might just have her hair down.
Yeah.
That would have really broken the internet.
oh yeah.
So the video just had like this revenge look to it, like, thank you, next.
Yeah.
And she just looked really good in that video. So the cloud, everything just gave me, you know, inspirational vibes. So.
And Ashley, this song, or this music video actually, I feel like it was supposed to come out before Thank You Next, and then she threw in Thank You Next. Do you think that this has any effect on the music video?
I think, if anything, it probably drew more attention to the music video because she's dropping Thank You Next, and everyone was just like, oh my God, like same night. So I think that drew more attention to her. For her to do that, from a marketing standpoint, is almost a great idea instead of dropping it and then dropping Thank You Next, because I feel like then it would have taken away from Breathe the music video, and I feel like she strategically did that really, really well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I really agree with that. Thank You Next being like just an inspiration, and like she didn't had enough time, and she was like, "Oh, this is such a good song. I have to go through with it for sure." All right. Well, people of the world, every boy, every girl. Oops. Spice Up Your Life. The Spice Girls are back and are going on a reunion tour. The Spice Girls consisted of Mel B, Emma Burton, Jerry Horner, Melanie Cushman, and Victoria Beckham. But this studio tour, you can count out Victoria, also known as Posh Spice, out of it. The girls announced last week a set of stadium dates in the UK for the summer of 2019. Jan, the Spice Girls, thoughts?
They keep it spicy, so, you know, I love Mel B, and I once had like my hair like her when I was little, so I'm going on that tour if they go to the U.S., so sign me up.
I was going to say, it's unfair that they're only going in the UK.
I know.
Come on.
I know. I feel like they're so big here, and I'm kind of sad Victoria Beckham isn't.
I know.
There.
She's busy with fashion, and the Spice Girls have commented on her absence. They were like, we still support her even though she's not in it, but I feel like I'm too young to know the Spice Girls songs by heart, so I'm a little, if I went, I'd be like rocking out to Wannabe, and then I'd be like, okay, this song is good, but like I wouldn't sing along.
You have to really study up.
I know, right? I mean, I know two. I know Spice Up Your Life, and I know Wannabe, but what are your guys' favorite Spice Girls songs?
Definitely Wannabe. I feel like I'm on the same train as you. I definitely love the songs I do know by them.
Yeah.
But I don't know like a ton of their ones. I just know like their biggest songs for sure.
Yeah. And Kendra, really quick, what's your favorite?
Gosh, I mean, I don't even know how to pick. I think a lot of people of our generation probably are familiar with more Spice Girls songs than we even know about.
I know, right?
We just don't necessarily associate them with the Spice Girls.
And then Jan, what's your favorite?
You know, Wannabe.
Wannabe, that's right. That's my favorite for sure. After the break, we're going to be taking a look at 2 celebrity women making the headlines. Stay tuned. Former First Lady Michelle Obama is back in the news today because of her recent book tour. The First Lady joined forces with Oprah to talk about such topics as what life was like inside the White House and how she felt about other presidential families. Mrs. Obama's book is named Becoming, and it will be released November 13th. You guys, Michelle Obama dishing on all things White House, isn't that really cool to think about how she's going to deep dive into everything? I don't know who wants to take it first, but what are you guys' thoughts on this new book?
Well, I definitely want to read it because Michelle Obama's from the same place that I'm from. She went to high school with my father. So it's really exciting. I want to get into the book to see.
That is awesome. Our reactions were all like,
Yeah, we're all like,
what?
Yes, my dad went to Whitney Young and she did too. So I'm definitely really going to dive into that book.
That's
and
so cool.
to hear all the secrets in the White House, I'm trying to hear all the tea, you know?
I know. I'm just hoping that she isn't too modest about it. I want to hear all of the tea. I want all of it. How she feels about like every presidential family that she lists in there. I want to know exactly. I just want to know the secrets.
Yeah.
Like that's what I'm really here for.
And I think some of the details that she's talked about in her personal life as well are super important. Like I know she talked about conceiving Sasha and Malia with IVF, which is something that a lot of families go through and isn't necessarily something that you would picture like the first family having to deal with. So I think it's important that she's bringing those issues more to the national stage.
Yeah, of course. Well, recently a woman has taken over the cover of GQ. Famous celebrity tennis player Serena Williams made her debut on the cover of GQ over the weekend. Williams was awarded Woman of the Year, replacing the magazine's typical category Man of the Year. The cover, however, caused a little bit of controversy because of the name woman was in quotation marks. Ashley, what do you think of Serena Williams taking over the title and making it Woman of the Year?
I love it. As a former woman, I absolutely love it, and I love her. And I feel like this is a good confidence booster. Not that she needs it by any means, but I feel like kind of when that whole thing went down with her outfit that she wanted to wear at I don't know exactly what tennis meet it was, but
there was so much stuff about her in the tennis.
Yeah, I just feel like this is a more positive and uplifting thing that she needs right now.
Yeah.
But I mean, she's a bad girl anyway.
Yeah,
you
right.
know, like she's just amazing, and I think that it's great.
Yeah.
I think it's so cool to see Serena getting recognition from these publications because I think it could be easy for athletes to get swept under the rug when they kind of come up against that sort of opposition in their sport. And so I'm glad to see that Serena's still kicking and she's still fighting.
Yeah.
I was one of the women that was kind of disappointed in the quotations.
Yeah.
Because I feel like the tabloids are always trying to shade Serena Williams.
Yeah.
And she has been through so much, especially almost dying at childbirth.
Yes.
And all the racism going on with the tennis games and everything. I just want her to win. I'm supporting her all the way. And, you know, she's just such a strong woman.
Well,
so.
there you go. She won Woman of the Year. Well, Woman of the Year, what else can you ask for? Well, up next, we're taking a dive into the wizarding world. Grab your wands and get ready. Don't go anywhere. This weekend is an exciting one for Harry Potter fans because of the opening of the new Potterverse movie. Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald is a sequel to the original Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. Both are prequels to the Harry Potter series, happening before Voldemort gave Harry the iconic scar. The second movie will still be following Newt Scamander as he is on a hunt to hunt down the villainous Grindelwald. Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald is set to be released November 16th. Well, Ashley, a mouthful. That's a mouthful of a title of a movie, for sure.
It definitely is.
What do you think of this series as a whole?
Yeah, I I'm not a huge. I've never seen all the Harry Potters all the way through,
Yeah.
and I know I'm probably gonna get some backlash for that, and that's fine.
It's okay.
But
We forgive you.
Thank you. I think the movie looks great, and once I get into the Harry Potter movies, I love them. But it's just like actually me wanting to watch them type thing. So I feel like if I see it, I will like it. But getting me there is gonna be the challenge.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Kendra, what are your thoughts on this?
You know, I've been a huge Harry Potter fan my whole life, but I actually didn't particularly like the first Fantastic Beasts movie.
Yeah.
I think it just it was very long and it didn't have as much
Kind of slow, too.
content as
Yeah.
the Harry Potter films or certainly the Harry Potter books.
Yeah.
So I'm not necessarily looking forward to this movie so much. I'm sure I will see it.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's been some controversy around
Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Jancilyn, you love Fantastic Beasts.
Well, yes, I do. And I'm excited to see this movie because I saw the last one and there was so much comedy in it. So it wasn't just like based on this, magic and everything. It just all came together.
Yes.
And it totally was funny, amazing. And Johnny Depp, I love Johnny Depp. I know I'm going to get backlash for this,
Yeah.
but I do love him and I do want to see him in this movie.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited.
All right. Well, that's all the time we have for Entertainment 30. I want to thank all of our panelists for being here tonight. And thank you guys, and join us next time here on Entertainment 30, your #1 source for all things entertainment. Goodbye.